Right, Tuesday, another session wrapped up in the books. Time to review, see if the profiles made sense. Let's go. Right, guys, straight into some profiles and into the entry chart after. Let me see, let me grab that weekly here. Weekly profile, still the levels all unchanged. We opened up. So what happened? So we opened up Monday on the lows here. We got back into value. The market US session opened up yesterday inside of value. We initially trade towards that naked wicked point of control of that session. We rejected, then eventually retested the value area low. We find buyers and we start trading back up. Now the market opened up literally here right before we retested the prior weekly point of control. So again, for me, this was a level to trade towards too. And then if this breaks the value area high, which it barely got to. So same plan, same levels. Are kind of beautiful, kind of beautiful. On the daily, to be honest, I was looking more at the weekly as a guide. On the daily here, it's a little bit less obvious. So we're using the levels from this session. The market opens up in value. We have value here, so we're opening it inside of value. So the higher probability is that price is going to be range bound for the day until something changes. What changes? We trade up, we break one overnight value area high, overnight high. Yeah, so basically this was a real key level here. You get the value area high from prior session with the value area high from the overnight session. This then becomes a zone. I also got level marked out here, which was right here. In the overnight session, we have, so this is value. And then we have the highest volume node outside of value, which is, I'm gonna zoom in because it's really tight, really tiny. It's a little bit more obvious. Right, so key level here, the high volume node outside of value. So we got value of the overnight session. Inside of here, it would have been this one. Regardless, to the upside here, we break the value area high from that session. I was bullish, but I also was watching this level here because you see a lot of buying on top here and price rejects, meaning we had some trap buyers here. So there could have been some more passive selling against this level. So I was looking out for any sort of rejection there. Let's put that level back. But again, I was looking more at the weekly levels as a guide overall. But nonetheless, we open up and we straight go up. We break the overnight high, we break the prior range high. And then afterwards, we basically drop back into range. This started to look like a liquidity grab, in my opinion, for a potential move back to value, which it did. And then see what happens here. Do we find buyers again and we pick up as we did, or do we sell off, retest and reject this level and then trade back towards the lower levels? But still bullish. We are still one up on open. We reject value, even though we sell off, we come back, we find buyers again. So we're basically confirming we are rejecting value from the prior session, which is a bullish thing. But I think the weekly here shows a bigger picture, in my opinion. So the level now becomes very clear. Obviously, we got some levels to sweep here. But this becomes resistance. I really want to see These highs get broken, retest, and then obviously structure with some continuation to trade towards the next levels of interest here. So for the moment, this is going to be resistance. Don't know how much I want to be long in this. I'm done trading, but I personally would probably stop long in this until we break or see some real buying step in. Let's see what the market on the entry charts is telling us. So I was more using the weekly levels here, and then my 15-minute with some swing points mapped out, and then zoom in on my 1 minute and see what happens here. So my 15-minute, I'm just marking out important levels for me to get broken, to be swept, and see if we hold or break. Basically do a run or a grab, if that makes sense. So yeah, using these levels for that. So zooming in here, going to my entry chart. So also basically I want to be, when I mark this out, these for me are business zones. So I don't want to be over trading the market when they're not around those levels. I can trade towards those if they're naked, if they're not touched, if the upper and the lower level is not touched, I can trade towards those, but I gotta be careful. It has to make sense. And so for example, in this scenario, the market opens up, the opening price is here. So this candle is the open, the 1 minute opening price. Price stays, opens bullish, retests this level, the open. We see some clear rejection here, but also way too soon to go long. Even though we're like seeing the absorption, we're closing bullishly above. We also saw the absorption on top of this, which made me stay away. We sell off a little bit back towards that opening print. I see some structure, price sweeps that structure, and then the buyer step in here. We see the confirmation candle. We swept the level here internally. Beautiful immediate rebalance, buyer step in, confirmation. This is where I went long. And then, yeah, I mean, just beautiful up, trade towards that initial sweep level, and then go from here, see what happens here. Maybe you hold the position to see if the direction or the continuation from this, or as I did, I took profits and I re-entered after we touch this level, take profit, we reject, but immediately confirm back to the upside with buyers. This is where I pressed the long, and then I think I held on for this position for a long time. I think I got trailed out after we pushed down here. I was looking for a move to this upper level here, but there was like huge absorption signs here on price. I don't know if it's that obvious, it's kind of small here. You see all the buying with the rejecting, unable to push through this level. So there's active passive selling going on in this area. So until this breaks, it's really fighting a wall, or it punches through. I tried it a few times more, I think I eventually went long again here. Not too sure, but I think this was the last one, maybe one more here, and then it failed, and then I stopped trading it. But yeah, lots of absorption on that level, and then price sweeps that level back again, retests this level, breaks it, and this is where I kind of started thinking for a complete rotation of this range, but I had the range mapped out wrong. I was aiming for this level, so price breaks inside of this level. Basically, in my opinion, this becomes a potential liquidity grab. If price then drawbacks into this range, it's for me a probability for price to rotate the whole range. I just had the range mapped out wrong. I was a little bit greedy on thinking price would sweep further. I did trade some other accounts shorts here with some larger stops. Yeah. And then obviously after we confirm back above this level, price moves beautifully back up. Let's see if we get some profile levels up in here. Yeah, so this also was that the weekly point of control here. That was also the initial after I took profit and price confirms back above. This also was initial an additional sign for me to go long and use protection for my stop. Yeah, the absorption against the prior weekly value area high, to be expected, I think. Yeah. Then price retraces, accumulates, eventually breaks out, hunts the stop here, all those stops above, or in this area. Yeah, all right, back to the profiles. Let's go over that weekly, because this for me was clear as day this week. This profile, just using this as a guide alone is powerful on its own, I think. Yeah, obviously I'm looking for this prior weekly high, value area high is becoming a key level for me. I want to see, there's multiple probabilities in this case. We can see a break, a fail, a rejection. We could see a break and continuation. We could see an immediate rejection. Look, it's also a world where we retest the point of control and go back up. Yeah, multiple scenarios. Basically, those two levels become key levels. If you keep rejecting that value area high, I'd be looking for moves towards that prior weekly point of control and see what happens here. Do we find buyers to retry this, or do we sell off and basically start doing a value rotation to the downside? So we have one to the upside now. We break inside of value, we rotate. The probability is there for price to reject and do a rotation, to be seen. The key levels here, prior weekly value area high and the weekly point of control, going to be the guidelines here for the next sessions, or for tomorrow at least. Obviously the daily sessions will guide me too, but the weekly has been doing a great job this week. To be seen. Yeah, I think that's that for me for today. I'm kind of tired. Long day. I don't think I have anything more to add. Let me just quickly look at the decision daily here. Yeah, on daily you can see it too. Beautiful retest of the rejection of the value area high. This basically was a nice entry. I wasn't looking at it. I was pretty much focused on my 15-minute and my weekly profiles. Yeah, I think that's that. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'll see you guys in the next one.